Podcast. I am your host, Coach Jake. I'm super stoked to be here today. Today's title: Unlock the Number One Factor, the Ultimate Live Masterclass on Revenue Engineering with Coach Jake. What's up, Coached by Carla? What's up, Morgan? Happy to see you, Sandro, Tango. Guys, hit me up in the chat. Give me a number one. Give me a roll call. Again, we're going to be talking about revenue engineering, man. Okay, the number one factor. So this is something I've been working on for a year, and I'm unveiling it today. I've been working on this for a whole freaking year. So hit me up in the chat. You got questions, you got comments. Of course, I'm going to try to keep it to revenue engineering. However, if you want to talk other stuff, feel free. Now, for those of you that are joining along, if you're on a laptop, you might want to open another browser, check out revengine.ai, R-E-V as in Victor, engine, E-N-G-I-N-E, revengine.ai, or if you want to get crazy, you can type in revenueengineering.ai. Harrison McMahon says, where are you, Coach? I am in Denver right now, although tour season, the Science of Violence tour is kicking off. I'm going to be in Oklahoma, in Orlando. I'm going to be in Pinion Hills, the desert. Going to be out. Already been in Denver. And then we did our camp in Canada. I did not get to attend because of passport issues. Anyway, rocking and rolling. Wrestling Mindset. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Got Mike Mendoza on the call. Country boy. Happy to see you guys again. Give me a number one in the chat. But, dude, revenue engineering. You guys can ask me anything. I will get to your questions. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. And we got a bunch of people joining. I appreciate all you guys. Again, give me a roll call. Bin Zagar. Indian wrestling is the best. Dude, I love that Kush. The Pelawans. I love all that, dude. The Persian, the Hindu, all of it, man. I love it. Great, great history. Truly fantastic athletes. And what I love is the longevity. You guys have been going forever. Teaching us how to do things for a long time. And I owe a debt to Hindu physical culture, not just because of the mace bell, but, I'm also yoga certified. I love yoga. It's a great thing. But I want to get into revenue engineering. This is something I've been working on for the last year. As you guys know, I am a Grant Cardone elite TEDx certified business coach. Been doing that for the last year or so, a little more, and actually get to work with Grant's clients. He sends me his clients. I'm very blessed about that. So you guys know Grant Cardone is. Raina, what's up? Good to see you. Good afternoon to you. And anyway, I got a client in about an hour, so I want to get burning through this. Again, you guys have questions, comments. Of course, if it's wrestling oriented or whatever, feel free. But I am focused today on revenue engineering, right? So for those of you, Harrison McMahon says I should come to Wichita, Kansas sometime. Dude, set up the appointment with the gym, man. I need to talk to somebody, and they got to want to bring us out. But I'd love to, dude. That sounds awesome. So you guys that are really looking to do something. Now, I make this offer to all the people in the grappling and MMA community through the Scientific Wrestler Affiliate Fight Gym program. But in general, I do help small and medium-sized businesses, typically under $3 million. 98% of all those businesses making under 100 million are actually stuck under 3 million. 98%. I help them blow past that break point and get to the next level. Okay. Now, what did I notice? This is something I've done because I've been an entrepreneur. I started Scientific Wrestling 2003. I started Reverse Market Insight 2006, 7. Started, my wife and I took over Game Master Technology 2018, launched multiple businesses that are $1 million plus and been part of the growth. And what is the number one problem, right? And that's really what today's masterclass is going to be about. I do this for free. This is for you guys. And I've been doing this behind the scenes for a year, building out this whole thing. What's up, Ben Zeiger? Ben Zeiger says, see you later. All right, buddy. Take care. So what is the secret sauce? What is the game changer that is revenue engineering? What the hell do I mean about revenue engineering? really, this is the number one thing that small businesses struggle with, right? We all hear this statistic, at least in the United States, 9 out of 10 small businesses fail within the first 10 years. And the number one reason cited for that failure is undercapitalization, which is kind of a jerky way of just saying not enough money. I don't like undercapitalization because that sounds like a banking marketing term to say, oh, come take a loan. No. You're just kicking the can down the road if you go take a loan. You need to figure out how to make money. And that's what revenue engineering is all about. How do you make money? Now, there has never been a better time than right now. I work with all these clients of my own, of grants. And honestly, right now, especially for the solopreneur trying to break and get that real big money, there's not a better time. And a lot of it has to do with this AI. So I have thrown everything into AI in the last year. I probably spent about 15 grand on certifications and studying and different platforms and experimenting. And the result partially is revenueengineering.ai. You could go to the website or revengine.ai, like rev your engine. Tango Rang, come to South Dakota for Black Hills National Wrestling Tournament. Love to, dude. Love to. Need an introduction to a gym to come host us. Don Tweet 2, greetings from Chile. What's up, man? That's awesome. Man, I love my crew. Guys, if you got, again, hit me up in the chat. We're going to be talking money today. So what is this idea of revenue engineering, right? And why did I call it revenueengineering.ai? The first thing that we are going to talk about is, one, how to leverage AI for truly exponential growth. Not linear, I'm talking hockey stick. Look at what I've done with the Instagram page for Scientific Wrestling in the last 3 months. We went from 20,000 to 105,000 followers in about 3.5 months. Hockey stick, okay? So not only how to leverage AI for exponential growth, what is 10x business coaching and what is the application to revenue growth? 3, Sportify. I wrote a whole book. The book is here, Sportify. You guys can check it out. Go get it. It's cheap. What is this Sportify method and why is it crucial to have a winning business culture? Okay. Then I'm going to talk about SEO. How do you hack SEO to dominate your search engine rankings? I'm going to talk about using Meta, the magic of Meta. And by Meta, I mean Facebook and Instagram ads and retargeting ads. I'm telling you gold right now, guys. You should be paying attention, or say, if you know a business owner, send this along to them so that they can benefit from this, okay? And then lastly, LinkedIn strategies, right? B2B companies. That's where I focus, is B2B. Now, Scientific Wrestling has traditionally been B2C, but we've shifted to B2B. With this year alone, in the last 18 months, we've added 17 different wrestling affiliates, Scientific Wrestling affiliate gyms. And that's a B2B pitch. So I'm selling a service to other businesses versus business to consumer. Okay? So do not miss out on this opportunity. You can save this. This is, even though now you can ask your questions, I'll answer your questions live in chat. This will be recorded. It'll be on the YouTube, the Twitch, the LinkedIn, the Twitter, Facebook, all the channels. I'm multi-channel. Okay? And this, you can also reverse engineer by what you see me doing as well and start applying it for your own ends, right? And multi-channel live broadcasts are huge, huge. I recommend it to everybody. Okay, so I want you guys to understand AI, first of all, right? The power of revenue engineering AI. It's like a Swiss Army knife for your business, right? One tool replaces your whole toolbox. You understand? So this isn't just another marketing program or platform. There's a lot of them, and I've spent so much money. MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Aweber. That is only email campaigns. Sendable, Hootsuite, Sprout Social. Those are all social media management platforms. Calendly. I mean, there's so many of these platforms. Keep a CRM, right? You got a CRM. What about marketing automations? What about AI chatbots? Blah, 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 blah. Dude, it could cost. I was paying over just to run the business in terms of marketing platforms and hosting platforms, click funnels, all that kind of stuff. I was paying thousands and thousands of dollars a month. Literally, I have the breakdown. You could go to revenueengineering.ai. I actually have the breakout of how much money you spend with what we've created and what you would spend outside if you piecemealed all this together, right? What's up, Anthony? I focus on leadership development for a nonprofit with high school students. What would be a good step forward to spread the reach of that program? Your number one thing is to do networking. And it needs to be smart networking. You need to make sure that you're hitting the right people. So what is your goal, right? So you focus on leadership development for nonprofit for high school students. What's a good step forward to spread the reach? Well, I would reach out to people that have big reach. So for example, like you're on this live right now. I have 100,000 followers alone on Instagram, another 50,000 on Facebook, and 10,000 on Twitter, whatever the count is. You need to get to these people who actually not only have the reach, but to the qualified people, the people that can make a difference. So I don't know who that is. Are you looking for donations? Are you looking to get new students? That's going to determine who you network with. I don't know if that helps, but if you're in your own business, it could be a nonprofit. But if you're in your own business or you work for somebody that has a small business, you might want to seriously consider consolidation for two reasons. One, obviously, the first one that you can think of is the money that you save. Again, check out Rev Engine, REV as in Victor, revengine.ai, like Rev Your Engine. It's short for revenue engineering. All of it consolidated into one spot. Okay. But not only are you saving a tremendous amount of money, like ridiculous amounts of money, you're also saving time because you don't have to have everything integrated. You could find one person who knows the platform and get them to do everything. Okay. Now, just so you know, what I've done is I've cobbled together a few other platforms to make this so it's easy for you. Right? So go to revengine.ai. If you have questions about the platform alone, it's very, very inexpensive and gives you an enormous edge in terms of making money. Marketing is the number one thing you need to be doing. Marketing is senior to sales, but marketing and sales are the number one thing you need to be doing if your business is under $1 million a year. Number one. All the other stuff, assuming you already have a good deliverable, a good product or service, that's assumed. But once that's done, you need to push sales and marketing in particular. And that's what revenue engineering AI is going to do. It's all the marketing automations. If you go to the site, you can see it's built on the platform, has funnels, websites, marketing automations, pop-ups, email capture. Anthony Mateo says it helps. Thanks, brother. Yeah, we could talk more about this as well in person, but feel free to jump on. If I can help you, I will. Now, I told you marketing is important, so you need the technology and you need to do it in an affordable way without breaking the bank. Most people haven't it. This is why I said earlier, there is not a better time to be alive than right now, man. I can't even believe it. It's like I can't even. What I used to pay 10x more for what RevEngine.ai is delivering. And it's amazing. Okay. But after the marketing, and we'll go back into it, okay? But I want to discuss, you need to really start taking sales seriously. This is probably one of the greatest life skills that you will ever develop in your whole life, is to learn how to sell and how to do it ethically. How do you sell ethically? Completely transparent, no manipulation, none of this like mirroring people breathing or crossing your legs with them. How do you actually deliver insane amount of value to somebody and convince them? Because sometimes that, I've sold people on stuff that changed their life and they fought me on it at first. What's that called? Called overcoming objections. You have to know how to do that. And that is why, and what I do with Grant Cardone, I do that because I love Grant. I think Grant is a genius. And the entire 10X philosophy that he has with regards to business development is absolutely genius. Whether you like Grant or you don't like Grant. Red Wolf Martial Arts, Mike Mendoza. Sales is the lifeblood of any business. My business partner, Wayne, drilled sales scripts for a year before we opened. 100%. But how many people, see, you guys are way ahead of the game because you take it serious and you understand it's the crucial nature. What I find when I work with businesses is that they are experts, they're technicians, they love their product or service, but they did product and service development, but ignored business development. And that is actually backwards. I'm not saying have a bad product. You definitely want to have a great product, but if you don't do the other ones, you go out of business. It's completely not sustainable. So I love that. Thank you for that, Mike. That is a great insight that you mentioned there. Now, if you want to scale your business, you've got to learn how to make money. Okay. And that doesn't necessarily mean working 10 times harder. It does mean working probably 10 times harder, but not exclusively and not necessarily. So, you always hear this like work smarter, not harder. Well, guess what? Do both. Because I'm going to beat both guys. The guy who works smarter is going to beat the guy who works harder, but the guy who works harder and smarter beats the guy who works only smarter and not harder. That's a mouthful. But do you get where I'm going with this? Okay. So I really want you guys to understanding this 10X philosophy. If you are in a position, you have a sales team of 5 to 50 people, this is my sweet spot. I come into your business, I align your team with the mission and the targets. I train them, I give them the tools, I hold them accountable and push, discipline and motivation. That's what I do with my 10X business coaching. And that's what I do with my 10X business coaching for Grant's clients as well, right? So number one, RevEngine.ai provides the marketing platform. 10X business coaching provides the coaching to make money. A single session alone could skyrocket your business. I've done it. I've got the testimonials. And again, if you go to RevEngine.ai, I have a whole 10X business coaching section. Click on it. Look at all the video testimonials. They're not even written. These are people who actually took the time because it changed their life. Okay. Now, I brought up my book, Sportify. Right? Sportify. This is my new book. What the hell does that even mean? Okay. So it said the subtitle is Beyond Business Gamification. And what is the idea of gamification? Gamification is essentially the idea of bringing game elements from video games or games like board games into business to encourage engagement. That engagement could be with your staff and your employees, or that engagement could also be with potential clients or servicing existing clients. It's about getting engagement out of people by using game elements. But what they found in the research, and I do cover it, the academic research in here, is that it's severely lacking, gamification alone, because it does only external motivation, right? Points, leaderboards, badges, those kind of things. Those are gamified elements. Sportification goes beyond that, brings in the idea of sport, which obviously the big difference between a game and a sport is coaching, which solves the external motivation by making it internal through coaching and somebody actually caring about your performance, about your goals. Some of you that have never been coached may have never had that experience in your whole life. You may have never, ever had somebody care, truly invested. Even sometimes, I hate to break this to you, Probably your parents don't want your goals. They want their goals for you. A coach, you hire them, you're hiring them to get your goals done. And this is what Sportify does. In fact, Sportify is different than 10x business coaching. 10x business coaching is really going to help the company get excuse me, over $1 million in annual revenue, $1 million to $3 million in annual revenue. That is the point of that program. Sportify is slightly different. The point of it is to transform managers at larger companies that are typically over the $3 million rate point, to transform their managers into coaches. What's up, Big Toe MMA? We got Jacoby Jones, Pro Wrestling middleweight champion, LFA lightweight champion. Happy to see you on the call, brother. But Sportify really then helps bring in sporting elements and metaphors into the management process, because I have seldom, this is why I came up with this, I have seldom seen people more engaged than with a sport. For me, that sport is grappling and MMA. Somebody else could be football or NBA or soccer. I mean, I've recently gotten the bug for football. I've always watched football, but never like obsessively. But recently, because the University of Colorado has Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, I've absolutely been glued, because I also like to study coaching, and he is a great guy to study if you're into coaching. Sportify brings all of that to the table for a small to medium-sized business. Okay? Now, if you implement Sportify, right, it's really about a culture shift at the company. No more managers. I've never seen a little kid, when you ask what they want to do when they grow up, oh, I want to be managed. Not a single one, but a vast majority of them want to be somebody who is coached, a pro athlete, a pro actor, some sort of performance-based individual. And that requires coaching. Okay, so you implement Sportify in your business, and it's basically like having a coach transform your managers into coaches and align the mission of the company with the personal goals of all your players, and getting everybody on the same team and hitting that championship. And the point is it's very similar. Putting points on the board is what you do in sports. The difference is in business is that those points are spendable. It's cash. It's commissions. Pushing past limits. Okay? Now, RevEngine is really amazing because in addition to some of the AI elements, so we use AI to increase our productivity with RevEngine. So let's say you engaged RevEngine.ai, revenue engineering. What we would do for you, for example, is we would build out a complete website. On this website, it would capture all the leads, the emails and whatnot you need to market to these people. It would set up nurture campaigns, so it automatically emails them for you. It would set up social media automation, so you don't have to post to your social media every day. You could set it up and it'll do it for you automated. It has an AI chatbot that you ask, somebody comes to your site, pops up, says, hey, how can I help you? And you begin that conversation with a potential client immediately, because they find there's something called speed to lead. The longer it takes for you to reply to a customer, the less likely that person is, or a potential customer, the less likely they are to become a customer. So the quicker you can get to it, the better. Well, that AI chatbot does it right out the gate. Hey, how can I help you? What can I get you information on? Oh, did you check this out? Did you check that out? Instantly. So if you're not automating, I hate to break it to you, you're stagnating. And RevEngine.ai is it's like having the pit crew for your race car. Okay? We handle the nuts and bolts so you can get back out on the track steering yourself to a win, right? Now, I realized, okay, it's great to have these things to build websites, to build landing pages, to do the automated, to capture the leads, to nurture the leads, to close the leads. It provides, you could create your own online courses, and it has a gate and you collect the money and all that, everything you need. But again, marketing is important, because because if nobody knows what you're offering, you could have the fanciest marketing automation set up, but if nobody knows, it's not sustainable. You ain't going to make any money. So how do we get people to know who you are? Clearly, I have strategies to do that on the guerrilla side. When I say guerrilla, I mean bootstrap, like not paying a lot of money and hustling it up. That's part of the 10X business coaching, and that's part of the strategies that I've learned in my 20 years of being online doing digital marketing. However, at a certain point, you want to start, in particular for those companies making over $1 million a year, you want to leverage advertise. Early to bed, early to rise, work like hell, and advertise. You ever hear that? It's true. So what we've done is now we have SEO, right? I call it the kingmaker because SEO is not just a buzzword, man. It really is the kingmaker in the digital realm. So when people search, where do you pop up in the search engines, right? So not only is it about being seen, but it's being seen by the right people. And that's what we do. We have an SEO strategy. I have two guys that are experts, Kartik and Mohammed, and they will dig into from keyword research, backlinks, everything to do with the Google Display Network, which is actually bigger than I got my certification on the Google Display Network too, and on top of all the marketing AI and all that stuff. We will also be adding everything on Google Display Network. Okay. Now, after SEO, we got to figure out, where are your people? Are you B2C or are you B2B? Business to consumer, or are you business to business? Well, excuse me, if you're B2B, we're going to focus on LinkedIn, right? That's the professionals' playground. There's where everybody who's in business, that's the social media place where you talk about business, money, wealth, impact, all those things. It is not just a network, though. It is truly a goldmine of opportunities for those people that market to other businesses, right? So we will get the precision right, so your ads reach the right decision makers, the right influencers, right? Your bet that huge contract could just be a click away. This is something I realized. My last $25,000 contract came through LinkedIn. Okay. And then last but not least, I talked about the magic of Meta, and really, I think a lot of digital advertising, again, I think SEO is important. I also think LinkedIn is important. I personally do Meta advertising mostly on Instagram, but I think a lot of people go about it the wrong way. There are two functions that are very, very, very important that few people are doing. One is retargeting ads, which is what our focus on. It's the most efficient form of marketing on Meta. It's retargeting ads. That's where they put a cookie or a pixel on your phone or your laptop, and then they track you, and then all of a sudden the ads show up everywhere. Right? Ever wonder how some of these ads like kind of read your mind? That is the magic of Meta retargeting ads. Right? It's not about casting a wide net. It's more of a sniper. It's more of a bow fishing, right? It's about precision. So, this retargeting of ads is really like, again, the sniper of digital marketing. This will turn those Facebook or Instagram maybes into absolutelys. So listen, I do have to jump. I got another one of Grant's clients I get the opportunity to help today. So that is a wrap, but I want you guys to remember, guys, the sky is not the limit. That's just the beginning. You got to think big like an Elon Musk. So let's go out there. Let's make it happen. Till next time, man, this is Coach Jake signing off. #1 coaching, #1 podcast. Keep grinding. Keep hustling. Rob Biddy says, thanks for the advice. Stellar Stevens says, how do we get newbies in the gym? Well, that is marketing. Stellar Stevens, C to C, customer to customer. So there's a couple things you could do. So if I were the business owner of the gym, I would start a referral program. So that would be C2C. That would say, hey, Stellar Steven, for every person you bring into the gym, if you bring in 10 people, you get a year free membership. If you give me 10 paid people on a contract, I will give you yours for free, right? Like a 10% commission. Simple, easy way to do it. But the main thing that you have to do is you have to network with people. People have your money. This is really what revenue engineering is about. Revenue engineering, revengine.ai. How do I reach the maximum amount of people efficiently? I mean, not spending a whole ton of money if I don't have to. Check it out. Go to revenueengineering.ai or revengine.ai for short, and that'll help you figure out the scope of what needs to be done. That's really what I did. Is I sat and I said, okay, so you guys know I have two missions in life that are professional missions. I have a personal mission, and that is to create intergenerational wealth and travel the world with my family. That is my personal. I'm really working hard on doing that while I'm still young and my kids are young. I want to travel the world, and I want to set generations of my family up so they don't ever have to worry and they can pursue their passions. That's my lifetime goal, personal. Professionally, I have two. First, with scientific wrestling, is to improve the lives of every man, woman, and child on earth via scientific wrestling, whether they be a fan, athlete, coach, promoter, or a combination of all the above. The second mission I have is to flip that statistic on its head so that instead of 9 out of 10 businesses failing, 9 out of 10 businesses under my guidance thrive and exceed all of their dreams and their targets. When I started looking and digging into my own personal experiences, what was important, I realized, okay, man, I kind of went at this backwards. Abcarino15 says, I love you. I'm from Egypt. Ooh, man, are you in Cairo? I just did a podcast with my friend Doa, who's out of Cairo. Send me a message. I'll send you the link to the podcast. Thank you. I love you back. I love Egypt. I want to travel to Egypt. This is so fitting. So, anyway, what I noticed I went backwards, dude. When I was 29 actually, I earned my master's of science in financial engineering. Okay, that's a combination of advanced mathematics, stochastic calculus, and a lot of inferential statistics and descriptive statistics. Lots of advanced finance topics such as derivatives, like options, futures, forwards, swaps, risk management, economic theory and policy at the graduate level, plus computer programming. It was a tough degree, dude. It was tough. And it was tough for me because I came as an English major, switched everything. But that's how I started. I thought, I'm going to figure everything about money. Well, I went in the hardest place possible. And I had jobs in investment banking, mortgage banking, in fintech, financial technology. Got my feel, got in there for about 5, 6, 7 years, discovered this real entrepreneurial bend, decided to blow that up. Started, obviously, scientific wrestling, invented the Mace Bell, was a founder for Reverse Market Insight, the first reverse mortgage consultancy, helped my wife take over Gatemaster Technology, the leading software company in the attractions space, like amusement parks and whatnot. And then I decided, I had been doing these piecemeal consultations and business coaching. I thought, well, I'm going to go full in because I've learned a thing or two. And what I learned is that all that fancy math and all that stuff I was doing at the high end, that's valuable to companies with 5,000 employees or people making an insane amount of money like investment banks. I worked for IndyMac Bank, which was a big mortgage bank. It was the 5th or 6th largest mortgage originator at one point, and I was in charge of a lot of the analytics and reporting and modeling for them. But prior, I also worked in an investment bank, and this was a small boutique investment bank, only about 10 employees, but high margins, a very, very wealthy, profitable company. The problem is most people, when they start entrepreneurship, they don't start there. And so when I left those big businesses working for somebody else and started my own businesses, my own startups, I realized something glaringly obvious about sales and marketing, that they are super duper important. And in my studies, that eventually led me to my mentor, Grant Cardone. I just posted a great video. I'll post it in the Instagram as well, but you can check the other socials of him and I, him mentoring me on a couple issues. Long story short, that really reignited, like, how can I solve this problem? How can I flip that script so that instead of 9 out of 10 businesses failing, that 9 out of 10 businesses thrive? And I needed to go in, and the number one coaching focuses on the Sportify method, which is really about aligning the culture so that revenue is centered at a bigger business. Second was the 10X business coaching to help people understand how to make sales and the importance of sales and marketing in the overall endeavor of business. And then third was, dude, I need to put together all the marketing stuff because it is so big and so complicated. If I could simplify it using AI, simplify it using automations and my experience with technology, that is going to be massive, massive value. So guys, I would really recommend, if you're thinking about starting your own business or if you already have a business, go over to revengine.ai. Go check it out, man. I guarantee you this is designed to blow your mind. I've spent a whole year, and today is the big unveil. You'll begin to see a bunch of my social media posts will be about it, and I will continue to talk about it for the next month or two as I try to get people to understand why you must do this. This isn't a nice to have. This is a must have. This is a must have. RevEngine.ai, revenueengineering.ai. All right, guys, I do got to jump. I got my client in about 10 minutes. I appreciate all the questions. I appreciate the love from Egypt. I just really appreciate all you guys. I am here for you if I can help, if I can answer questions. I do try to make myself, actually me, available. I do have a lot of assistants, so maybe you'll get one of my assistants, but a lot of times it's me because I actually care more. I love my assistants, but I care. I'm the one doing it. That's why I pay them. But a lot of times I get to it before them. So feel free to reach out. You can hit me in the DMs. Again, check out revengine.ai. I'm happy to make time to talk to you about it, see if it's the right opportunity for you, which I'm 9 times out of 10 sure it is. And I appreciate you guys. I will catch you next time. Have a great day.